Hello, welcome to chapter 4.7. Today we're going to learn about dilations. We talked a little bit about dilations yesterday, but by the end of today, I hope you can say I can recognize the dilation, I can determine the scale factor, and then I can find the center of dilation. A dilation is a transformation that preserves shape, but not necessarily size. So is a dilation an isometry? Hopefully you're screaming at the screen. No! It is not an isometry because in isometry it has to preserve both size and shape, and dilations will change shape or size. Here's an example where we are enlarging this tiger. Uh, there's always a center of your dilation, which will be over here, and we'll use a scale factor to dilate each point. From, say, we can take this point and take that same point up here, and we can figure out the scale factor. If I take a ruler, move it down here, and slide it up, this isn't perfect. It's actually not very good. All right, here we go. Um, it looks like it's about 9.4 centimeters. So this is 9.4. Now we measure all the way to this one. So 15 stops there. And I'm going to slide this up. So 15 plus looks like about 1.8. So this whole thing is 16.8. So if I want to find the scale factor, I take my large number, 16.8, and divide it by the small distance, which is 9.4. Now I'm just going to take out my trusty calculator, 16.8 divided by 9.4, and I get 1.787. So my scale factor is about 1.787. Now remember, we always use that from the distance of, or from the center of dilation. So if I wanted to dilate this point, I would have to measure out this distance, multiply it by 1.787, and I should end up right at that point. So if you open up your packets to number 3, I'll get you started and hopefully you can finish this. So since this is blown up, it's not going to be perfectly to scale, so I can't draw it out. But I want you to measure the distance from C to T, get that distance. Then I want you to measure from C to T prime, which is out there. Now for part C, it says divide those two values and you'll have a scale factor. And they say verify, so because they tell you up here that it's going to be 3 times as long. So when you divide these two out, it should equal 3. So now that we know that, now I want you to take your distance from C to H, measure that out, and multiply that by 3 to get H prime. And H prime will be somewhere up here. Then you go from C to A, and A prime is going to be somewhere up here. Then you do this from C to R prime will be up there, and then try to draw your heart. Now hopefully you will be able to finish the rest of those. Oh, and then the last thing says measure the distance from H to T and from H to T prime. And if you divide those, it should be the same scale factor. So we can use any distance from our original, our pre-image to our image, and you should be able to find a scale factor among the distances. Now in number 4, the next problem, we're going to do the same thing, but now it says C is our center of dilation. So I start at C, and I make lines through all of the 3 vertices. Now I'm going to measure from C to F, and I'm going to multiply that by 2, and that's too far. Maybe it's somewhere around here. And that's going to be my F prime. So I take this distance and double it, and I should find my F prime. Do the same with Cn, measure that distance and double it. N prime will be out here. Measure this distance and double it. U prime will be up here. If I connect those 3 vertices, I will get my dilation of this triangle. And it should be twice, each side should be twice as long. All right, now we're going to move to finding the center of dilation. So if I start at a corner and I go through the same corner down here in my dilation, we just draw it all the way through. Now start at another point, go through that same point in your dilation, and keep going. All you need is 2, but really you can keep going. I can go from the tip up here through the tip up there, and then keep it going. And you should see all of these go through the same point. So that point right there is our center of dilation. Now if we want to find the scale factor, what we have to do is measure the distance from the center to the smallest one, then measure the distance from the center to the largest one, and then divide them. So this divided by that will give us our scale factor. Now since this is blown up, it's not going to be the same as it is as the one in, the measurements aren't going to be the same as the one on your sheet. So I'm going to let you guys figure that one out. Now your homework is just 1 through 6. Good luck.